Hey everyone, it's Deacon082 and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal version Nuzlocke. And you're probably wondering, well, unless you've read the title, you're probably wondering what's going on right now. Well, I wanted to bring you guys a little special episode. This is a behind the scenes episode detailing basically what I go through in bringing each and every episode you see onto YouTube. So, the very first thing I do when recording, I have this program here called Camstudio, which I have down here in the corner. It's a good recording program. It's got just a little one-click record, pause, stop. You're going to go to region and fixed region, and from there you can set it to record a specific area, which I have set, which is the area I always record my game. Now, normally it would have these little flashing bars on the corners to show where it is, but because I'm recording this full screen right now, it's not going to have that. So the next thing I'll do, very important, before I even open up my game, I'm going to open up Notepad. Over here in the corner, I'm just going to put this in the corner, I'm going to have what I'm going to talk about in the episode. Now this is my notes for this episode, so ignore that. So down here, in my next episode I'm going to be heading east, so I'll be like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to Route 42. So what's on Route 42 that I need to talk about? Well, we need Surf. There are some new Pokemon we can get, like Arbok, Ekans, Fearow. I'll make general notes on the episode. We can delete all that for now. And now, what do I do next? Well, Camstudio just records the area of the screen. It's not going to record this full thing. So how do I record my commentary with that as well? Well, Camstudio has an option in here to record audio from your microphone or your speakers. Now, choosing it to record from the microphone is just fine, but I like to use this other program I have called the RecordPad Sound Recorder. One-click record, one-click stop. It also has a little timer. I'm kind of afraid to record right now because I don't know what it'll do with this. But you have a little timer. You can see how long you've recorded for. I just drag it over here. So I'm going to start this recording, start that recording. Then I'm going to open up VBA. And this is where I get my Pokemon Crystal version. Now you notice I have the screen size set on here. Now, because I'm only recording the game screen and my commentary, how do I get the sound recording on this? Well, you go to Tools on Visual Boy Advance, Record, and Start Sound Recording. And you're going to type in a name. This will be a test, just for the heck of it. And from now on, it is recording our sound. Whenever you want to stop this, you're going to go back to Tools, Record, Stop Sound Recording. So at the beginning and end of every part of my recording, I will do that. Just pretty simple. Now, when I record the screen, it's going to record much more than this game screen. You're wondering how I get my sidebars on there, for example. Well, this is very simple, very ingenious if I do think so. Boom. Boom. There are my sidebars. Quite simple indeed. You just put them over in Paint. And if I don't want to use that sidebar for the episode, well, I got other choices. I just have all these custom image files I made saved to the size and put down there. So we're going to record using this one. You just make sure you know which one's on top. And it's going to record this screen perfectly. I have it set so it'll get both sidebars in there fully and the game screen. So it's really good. And then one thing that I never like to forget and always seem to forget, I have this clock that goes in the corner, and I've recorded several episodes and forgotten the clock in there and had to go redo them. Nothing big, but just a little pet peeve. So now I can finally start recording. So I will start the video recording, already started, start the audio recording, go over here, start the sound recording, and then we're ready to go. So that's my recording done. So when I've finally recorded everything, I'm going to close all these out, just minimizing for now. We can close the clock because it goes on top. And in terms of editing, the program I use for editing very simple Windows Movie Maker. Now, how can I possibly get the sidebars and stuff on Movie Maker? Well, there's a lot of advanced techniques, but my editing goes in multiple stages. The first thing, I'm going to go import, and all of my recordings go in this folder called Capture. Now, for this one, it was episode 14, part 1 and 2 are my capture files. I have them imported right here already. And my audio files for the game sound are episode 14, part 1 and part 2. Now I'm just going to drag these onto the timeline. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to find right where the audio would start. And that's going to be right when that sound recording ends, and I'm going to drag part 1 there. Now I'm going to fiddle with it a little to get in sync. I'm going to do the same for part 2. And you can see, well, when we get to an actual battle or something, it's easier to test. Sorry if that's a little loud. See, audio is pretty well in sync. So after I get both of those, I go to Save Movie File and save it to my computer under a certain file. Alright, we got that out of the way. Then that file, you're going to import it, and I'll call this Crystal Episode 14 Stage 1, because this is the first stage of my editing. Now I have the game sound on here, and as you notice, the game audio is really loud, so I like to lower this down quite a bit, just kind of guesswork with that. And then on here, go to the very start, and I have, you notice these files called Untitled. Well, those are the files that come from RecordPad. So I go in here, and I believe the two files I used were 112 and 113. Yes, I messed up a lot of the recordings. So I'll drag 112 down here to the start, and I'm going to sync this on the right part. And yeah, there's a lot of guesswork, but it's a lot more routine. It's pretty well synced, and then we can go in here and see. But anyway, we got my commentary in there on it. Now from here I'm going to figure out what actually is going in the video. So we got to find where I started talking, blah blah blah. And you can see the little, around here you can see the audio start to pick up.
Hey everyone,
So,
it's Deacon082 and
So that's exactly what we want. So we're going to go right before it on each one and just kind of trim it out. And then we can delete, and move the audio up here. Put a little fade in the beginning, and
hey everyone, it's Deacon082 and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal version Nuzlocke.
you see we got pretty good. We can also edit out stuff in the beginning and end and stuff. So the next thing I do is, well, we got to get the sidebars on the sides of the screen here. So all these sidebars are they're just title overlays in Movie Maker. Now they're quite advanced as to how to get in there, but basically I have all of these different title overlays. We're in Ecritique City right now, so I gotta scroll up and get Ecritique City. And then you're just going to put it in the right spot on the start of the video.
Hey everyone, it's
And then you're going to find, well, where do we leave Ecritique City? Or when do we leave Ecritique City? And that would be, well, quite a ways, because this actually isn't the final version, but around 9 minutes. So we're going to take the Ecritique City title and drag it out to about 9 minutes. And no, I don't have the commentary on this part. And then right when we leave Ecritique City, we're going to end it. And as we can see, that looks pretty good. And then when we enter the new route, Route 42, we're going to go right here and put one for Route 42. So we can see how this looks. We leave Ecritique City, and we enter Route 42, and we got a sidebar there. So that's pretty basic, but how do I actually get these sidebars in Movie Maker? Well, I have a folder in here called Transparencies on my computer, and this has basically everything I've made for these episodes. All the bios, all kinds of stuff. Started out way back when, just getting Pokemon onto the screen and then making all kinds of text. But then we have stuff like, well, we actually get the sidebars made. Here's an example way back on Route 30. As you can see, they're transparent and such. Now, how I actually make them? Well, you saw all the files, like I have text files I made with like daytime Pokemon names and stuff. I go into GIMP, or GIMP. It's GIMP. Graphic Image... I forget what it's called, but I go into my Transparencies folder. Once it loads, takes quite a while. And, well, everything is saved as a PNG, as an actual image file. But I'm going to find two that I did for this episode. We have a Meryl bio. The extension's going to be .scf for a GIMP file. And then, well, we went to Route 42, so we'll go to Route 42.scf and open both of these. Now, alright, first, as for this one, as you see, we have all these layers on the right side. And all these I put together painstakingly. This one happens to be for surfing. We can take this off. Let's go, it's daytime right now, so we'll go morning, day. And, well, this would have these active, as you would see. And when we actually go to save it as a PNG, we just disable the background, save as, and change the extension to PNG, and it'll be saved just like this, transparent. With the BIOS, I have the Pokemon, the name, the stats, the type, the moves, and I put them on there, make it all look nice, and then disable the background and save it again. And these files will be saved into this folder somewhere. We can find Meryl if we go far enough up. Yes, here is Meryl that we just did. So after that, we're going to import them into Movie Maker. Now, to import them into Movie Maker, you're going to copy the files. We'll take Meryl bio, for example. We're going to copy it, and then we're going to go to our computer, go in the C drive, Program Files, Movie Maker 2.6, Shared. Now, in this folder, or somewhere in it, you're going to paste your file. I paste them all in a new folder called Transparencies. I would paste it here, but we already have the Meryl bio in here. Now, this isn't going to work normally. You're going to have a special overlay kit. Now, this is called Papa John's Starter Kit. Now, you can just Google this online and download it. It will come with a bunch of basic overlays, and the main thing, a file called papajohnoverlays.xml. I already have this open, and basically this is a big document. You're going to upload it, you're going to open it in Notepad, and this has all the information on all of the titles in here. To make a new one, you don't have to know what much of this means, but you would just copy one of them in here. These that are indented far over are the fading ones, which is what I use. So if I wanted to make a new one, let's make a new bio down here. Let me scroll down to the end of the bios. I have a lot of these in here. They just build up. Let's make a new one after Azumarill called Mewtwo. Yes, we don't have Mewtwo. We're just going to change these names because I've carefully done it. Now, the zoom and all these zooms are the size of the overlay. The duration is the time the fade lasts, and the entrance position and exit position. Now, all of these overlays I'm making are the same size. As you can see, they all go over the same part of the video. And all the image files are the same size as well. Oops, wrong. Oh, whatever. all the image files are the same size. So it was basically guesswork to find these numbers to overlay them in the right spot, but once I get them, I can just make all the remaining overlays the same. Now once I do this, we're just going to delete the Mewtwo one because we're not using that. We can go to make titles or credits and change the animation, and you'll see the ones we just put in are here. As you can see, there's Meryl, Azumarill, Mewtwo would be right below that. Now in order to get these to take effect, we would have to close Movie Maker and open it back up. We're also going to import the BIOS this way. Now, however, Movie Maker has trouble with multiple overlays in the same spot. Like, you can do it, but it'll fade it weird. Like, here, somewhere in here, we would need Umbreon's bio. So we're going to make a credit here on the file and scroll down to Umbreon. And you have to put like one character space there. But as you can see, it screws it up and it moves it all the way to the end. So how I get around this, I get all of the overlays on the sidebars, on the bar on the side done. And then I save the movie file. And then when I'm done saving that, I'm going to import the new file, which I called episode 14 right, meaning it only has the right sidebars. And we're going to open up this one. As you can see, I'm already working on the next episode. And then from there, you see we already have the bars on the sides of the screen. But then we have new overlays in here for the bios in the bottom. Like here's Eevee, Flareon, Espeon. We're having an Eevee Evolutions theme in this episode, as you can see. So that's pretty simple. You just overlay them there. Anything else I didn't talk about? Oh yes. Then we would, before we save again, I had all these captions on the bottom of the screen. So we gotta go to a point in the video, and after I get all of the bio overlays done, I'm just gonna go in here, figure out, well, here we're going to take on the Kimono Girls. So at about 27 seconds in the video, I'm going to open up Notepad and say, at 27, I'm going to say, the Kimono Girls use the different types of Eevee evolutions. All 5 of them. So, with this, I'm going to take this file, copy it, and then go into GIMP and open up a new file. Now, I gotta get it on the right size, so I'm just going to use something else of that same size. Any of the bios will work. Here is a Marowak bio that works. Then we're going to make a new one with the same size and a transparent background. And from here we're going to go to text. We're going to choose our font, which is Pokemon Solid, get it on the right size. The color, well, I have it all a certain color, but I can't find it, so we're just going to make it black for now. Then we're going to go on here, and we're going to first enlarge the size of the text box because it screws up if you don't. Paste it in here, and there is our text, and we're going to save that file, and then we're going to put them all back in the folder called shared, and then we can import them into Movie Maker again the same way, put them on the file, and I'll just use one I did, like rule on HM slaves, just for the heck of it. So as you can see, now when we go to this point in the video, we'll have a caption telling us about what we can do and what we can't do with HM slaves. So it's kind of a long process, but it gets it done. I guess there are probably more efficient ways I could do this, but I really like how it all works in Movie Maker. And then when I'm finally done, I would save the file one final time. This will be the 3rd time. And then we can go back to our videos folder. And here's where I keep all the episodes of Pokemon Crystal version. So we can go back and randomly watch episode 6 and see,
Hey everyone, it's Deacon08.
And the egg is hatching, and we get to see Togepi hatch from the egg. So just keep it all in one place. Folders get a little big, but actually not too much. The file size on these isn't actually very big, as you can see, 40, 49, 66. Not very big files at all. Surprisingly, on my Donkey Kong and Mario and Luigi, the files are about 3 times the size, but remember I record those in a completely different way. So that's about all it is for making these episodes of Pokemon Crystal version. You saw a little preview of what's coming up in tomorrow's episode. We'll be taking on the Kimono Girls, heading on to Route 42, stuff like that. So, this has been all for Deacon082. Let's play Pokemon Crystal version Nuzlocke behind the scenes. And I might do one of these for another series, but really they're not as complicated as this. So, basically it's just put the file on there, trim out, basically only open Movie Maker, add the audio, add commentary, and save. That's all it is. They're not as complicated. So, we'll be back on regular schedule tomorrow with episode 14, and I'll see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed this.